Yes, indeed. 8 o'clock, just on a Monday night. Hope you're well. Paul McDevitt here. Just waiting on a few people to come online with our Monday night chat session. So, joining us on the program tonight, we hope to have two legends with us. We'll have Brendan Quinn with us very, very shortly, and we'll also be joined by Paddy Malloy from the Cufflinks show band. So, we're looking forward to that on a rather coldish, dampish Monday night. But anyway, we're not worried too much about the weather. I hope this week's been okay for you. And as I say, looking forward to a wee chat. Brendan Quinn, no stranger to ourselves. Jimmy's in the background tonight because he's in charge of production. And the reason being is because he's just doing far too much media stuff at the moment, you know what I mean? So we just decided that we'll just keep him in the background of the road, you know. As I say, Paddy and Brendan will be joining us as soon as they get their links. Brendan's got a brand new album out at the moment, and it's a cracking album. If you get a chance to listen to it, we'll tell you all about it. We'll tell you where it's available. It's on Spotify. It's on available as an album, and it'll be called. It is called "Will We Ever Be Free?" It's a Lockdown album. That's his new single, by the way. "Will We Ever Be Free?" Check out the video on that as well. And as I say, we'll be talking to Paddy Malloy from the Cufflinks, and Paddy has been. The band have celebrated. They were celebrated in style, but unfortunately, because of the COVID and whatever else, they weren't able to. But they're 50 years in the going, so they've released an album of songs they've recorded down through the years. They recorded it up in Brian Kerrigan's Harmony Studios in Letterkenny, and I had a listen to it. It was a brilliant album, so a great bunch of lads, hard-working wedding band who are probably at the minute just taking it easy like everybody else. And you never know, hopefully we'll get the music scene back and running within the next couple of months. As I say, we're streaming live out on Facebook and on YouTube. Don't ask me what you look at on YouTube, but whatever it is, I know you're more than welcome. We're just waiting for these two fellas to come along now. And I have to say, by the way, congratulations to Rory Gallagher. Rory was on with us a couple of weeks ago. Rory and the Island. Rory has made the RTE playlist, and which is a big achievement. And we wish him well. And who else? Bridging Car single along with the Henry Girls. It's also on RT's playlist. So great news for local Northwest acts. And it's a big thing getting on the playlist like that because it's, you know what I mean, it's prestige stuff. And we wish them well. It's good for Donegal, it's good for the Northwest. And as I say, music-wise, we're still off here tonight in Highland, but hopefully we'll be back in the not too distant future. I'm still trying to get hooked up here, but we're having bother. So just bear with me. I don't know what's happening. I see Jimmy here in the background. And as soon as we get Brendan and Paddy on here, we'll just wait. So thanks for joining us. All right, as I say, I hope your Monday night's all right. I got my hair cut this weekend. It was lovely. They got a barber's opened here in Strabane. Jesus, I'll tell you what, it was touch and go there for a while. I was like, fucking, do you remember how Freddie Boswell had a bread? That's what, honest to God in heaven, my hair was all over the flipping place. Aye. So as I say, we're almost here. We're waiting on these two boys. You see, what's happening is we had Brendan Corner with us before on the van sessions, and Brendan thought this time he was going back into the van to sing with us, but he's not. No, he's with us. So we will be with you very, very shortly. Just bear with us and that. There you go. Right, who have we got lined up here? Sorry about that. I must have hit the wrong button. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to go. We're going to go first to, as I say, they're nearly like the Rolling Stones. They're about that long, and it's the Cufflinks. Paddy Malloy, how you doing, Paddy?
I'm great, Paul. And yourself? How's the form?
Top. Form's good. Hey, form's good. You're very clear looking there tonight. You at home?
I'm at home. I'm sitting at the kitchen table here. Just back from work and had the dinner and done a wee workout and had a shower, and now I'm sitting here now chatting to you guys. Good to see you,
Well,
Paul.
tell me this. Disappointing yesterday?
Oh, Jesus, I don't know what happened to say. It was very surprising now how flat we were, but listen, Cavan deserved it. They were the better team on the day.
Aye, they were.
Yeah.
So that's why Jimmy wouldn't go on the night, because Corber
right.
beat 2, as you know yourself. So he's kind of huffing too.
It's amazing how, on the 100th anniversary of Bloody Sunday, the same 4 teams are back in the semi-final. That's
It
crazy,
was like the exact same, and it was great football this weekend. But you know the thing about it, Paddy, I'm sure you'll agree yourself. It gets a great buzz, even for Cavan. Like, you know, it's a great buzz. You see, even watching football again, jeez.
Yeah,
for a while
but see, I remember, like, that's the way it was years ago. Like when we were going to championship matches, it was do or die, and like you just imagine if there was crowds at them games, what the atmosphere would have been like. It would have been unbelievable. Like, especially for
like we done the same. Years. If you were knocked out of your province, that was you for the year. Like, you know, you were.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But anyway, come here. Big changes for yourself, Paddy. No different than any other band. Just went from flat to the mat to 0.
Just carpet was took from us and under our feet. Just it's very hard to explain. You know, I know the coach is it's a serious problem, like, but the entertainment has been hit very, very hard, and the whole sector, like, from hotels, pubs, restaurants, all that kind of stuff, and then your entertainment, just even I was just passing the Grain and Theatre there. Don't know what, I think it was Sunday I passed it, and I was just thinking, like, even the likes of the theatres and stuff, it's so, you can never see them coming back as good as they were, like, but like we have to say positively,
Paddy, did it affect you, like, as a because I know it affected me when the radio stopped at night. It was just with using a big away.
Very hard to explain at all, because at the start, like, you were thinking, you were actually, I don't know, I felt like a normal person again. You know what I mean? You had your weekend, to yourself. You could do things that you maybe weren't able to do before because, you had a commitment made and you were looking at the watch a lot, when you were playing, because you had your days planned out very early. During the week, you had to be back at such a time to get the dinner on before you left, and just different wee routines that you were used to. And like,
Paddy, do you think would say that things go back to a normal? Do you think would you see things from a different perspective? Maybe not work as hard, or?
I probably we'll not get away with it if things go back to normal next year. Like, we've a very busy year ahead of us next year and the year after. But like, I do feel like I have 28 years done myself in the Queens, and as the man says, I'm getting no younger, and I have a young fella here that's mad into music, Charlie, and like,
I seen him.
I don't know, like, I might give it a wee break for a while, or maybe take it a bit easier, and then come back in with him maybe down, when he's the age to go out on the road, because he's showing a great interest. But that's good. Every year changes. We see this year, like, we don't know what.
We don't know what lies in front of us. Paddy, take us back, because you celebrated 50 years, the band. And we had things planned. You had big things planned. You had a big night in the Villa Rose for the launch of the album. But you had, because you were to come up with us. I remember you were to come up with us in March too for the whole, and that was booked. I remember you booking that maybe last year.
Yeah, I booked it. I think it was November time. I think whenever we got the date finalised, I got the phone to you that day after to try and get a Monday to suit, and around the weekend or the night we were having. And first you got us on that Monday before, the launch night. And I was very disappointed. We were planning that, because we had a lot of the ex-members coming back, from all over the place and from up the country and stuff, and they were booked into the hotel, and like, there was mighty excitement about the night, and it was going to be very emotional night too, especially for my father, like, who's the only surviving member of the 50 years, and very, very disappointing. But like, the plan is to still do it, it might be in the 51st year of the band, or the 50 and a half years, depends but the plan is to sort of go ahead with it, and
Of course.
we launched the album then on iTunes, and we launched it locally as well. We're selling it around the local shops, and because I was getting a lot of texts, and emails and stuff. Can we get the album and stuff like that? So, but I was trying to hold out, see, because there's nothing better than having a big launch night for your 50-year album, But
well, there's the album there,
really
Paddy. That's the album there. Look, and you recorded it up by Brian, of course.
Oh, I up in Harmony Studio, so we couldn't go anywhere else. But no, Brian is unbelievable at the minute. I just listened to the album there myself there not so long ago in my car, and I was on my own driving up the road, and I was very proud of the album then, and you don't get much time to listen to the full album, you know what I mean, on your own, and really, really listened to it, and very, very happy the way it turned out, and even Brian himself, he's very happy too the way it came out. Brian put a lot of work into it, and we all did, but Brian especially, because it's not easy listening to music, all the time, in your ear, and he does say himself that he does have to give it a break for a while because it gets too much, and he has to maybe take all day away from it, and then go back with fresh ears,
Do you see do you see when you talk about listening to music? I don't know if you're like me, but I've found myself listening to albums that I have thousands of them, and I haven't heard them in years because I just go, have a listen to this. Do you find that yourself?
Right. It was funny. I do find that, because I've my Spotify mix there, and I've been listening to different, and then you hear that song come on, and you say to yourself, God, I haven't heard that song in a lifetime, you know what I mean? And it's great to hear, songs that you like, and then you hear them again, then it's a great feeling then to hear, because I was out for a jog there one day, and a song came on, and I came back, and I couldn't stop to see what song it was, but I knew the artist, but I just couldn't think who it was, and then when I back then, I looked back, and I just said to Jack, where do you hear this version of the song? And she was saying, oh, that's class. It was just I Want to Know What Love Is, Richard Marx. And Mark Chesney done a version of it. If you ever get a chance to listen to it, it's unbelievable to what he done to it. It was great.
Whose version are you talking about there?
Mark Chesney.
Mark?
He done it. Chesney. He's an American.
Mark Chesney. Yeah. I must take note of that and have a wee listen to that. That's what I like about. I like hearing new music like that. The band, Paddy. If we go back to the original, your fellas line up there. I've just put the photograph up here, Paddy. Do you know who this is here?
I do, surely. Me there on the guitar, and then that's my Uncle QV on the drums there. My dad's brother. And on the fiddle will be Columba Campbell. He's up the Glen of Glenties, great. The Campbell fiddler up the Glen. And that young lady in front then is Geraldine. That's me, Auntie Geraldine. And she was about 12, I was saying, that photograph there.
Jeez. Yeah. So Paddy, did your father, who started it, your father?
Our dad started it. He got a guitar when he was about maybe 14 or 15, and he learned a few chords and stuff. And they got their first gig down in Bar in Glenties on the 10th of August 1970. And himself and his other sister Margaret Flannery and Bo Craig from Glenties, the three-piece. The dad was just playing guitar, and I think the other two were just singing, as far as I know, and they played the whole night in the storm, and they never really looked back after that. Then they just kept on the band, and that band there, that photograph you after putting up, that would have been kind of the next outfit, after that then, there, and they played a lot together, them four, and then different people joined over the years. Then that other photograph that I have in the front of the CD, that would have been them as a six-piece then. Cornelius Ward from Glenties, singer.
I see it here now, yeah.
Geraldine played the bass as well later on then in the years.
Oh, jeez.
And Johnny D. Early there on the right-hand side there at the back there from Ardagh, great saxophone and hustle and tambourine. He was a jack of all trades, Johnny D. And then Dad then, and Micah McKenna from Glenswally there, was Glen's son. Great keyboard and there, and that was them in the mid-70s there. And but that band, they were, yourself in the 70s and 80s, they were all and venues that was going back then, you know, the dry halls, and they done their first tour actually the year I was born in 77 away over to England, and done something like 35, 36 gigs within a very short space of time. And
Wow.
it was just this, I don't know who, I can't remember his name. Daddy told me his name, but he approached them to be with over, and they were from Leeds up to Scotland, back down to London. They were all over the place, Manchester, and
Jeez.
done a pile of gigs. Yeah, and
You had a big Irish connection then, you see.
Oh, I'm thinking he says that he never seen a roundabout in his life, you know, that time. And he remembers coming up the ferry and Liverpool, and the first thing he met was a roundabout. He didn't know what to do. And he said that an outstanding band that was just holding together with it packed up. But he says he had to break the next thing, the headlight bulb went flying down the road in front of him. So, you know, some of the stories I'll tell you from back then, you would be sitting there, be sitting as a young buck joining the band, and just all these stories, and you were thinking, well, any of them through at all, but I would say they were. You know, some crack.
Diane Cannon said, good to hear you both. Fabulous history about the family and the music, great stories. So thank you very much, Diane, for commenting. Maria McCormick, hello to you, Maria, listening too. But Paddy, the whole thing's changed, hasn't it? They you know, like you know, you look at your gear now, what you have now, and I always remark, you had top, you know, you're the best, you know, you have a good form of transport, you have a roadie, you have, you know, your equipment's all up there. You know, it's different now.
Yeah, it's funny there, only there this last probably 3 to 4 years, I kind of updated all the gear, because the stuff we had was very good, but it had its day, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
I think it's the word tired. It was a tired PA, and like we needed to freshen up. So I invested a lot of money in the PA and our light show, and you know, and the transport, which is very important, because like you have to make sure that you're going to be able to get to the gig. So you have to keep your van fresh as well and keep her serviced. So like it's wild strange. Like I always kind of kept the van good nick, but I probably had 4 major breakdowns, you know, and all my time in music, you know. And the 4 times we were away, twice in Monaghan, twice in Mayo, once in Monaghan, and the other time we're in Westmeath. Never broke down my own county at all. It's weird, like, you know. But
that's the way it goes, isn't it?
It's funny, like, but
I have another photograph. Another photograph here, just I'm going to show you up here now, and that's where a man had just passed away. Brian Call. Where was that? Paddy there, that one?
That was in the Nesbitt Arms, and the Country Music Festival was on, and Brian Call at the time was the star guest on the Sunday, and Brian wouldn't have had a band at the time, and we were approached to back him, and of course we said not a problem, we'd back him, and he sent on his list of songs for a 2-hour show, and we practiced a good, I would say, a good month before. You know, maybe 2-3 nights a week in the shade, and made sure that we had everything right, and we had a fabulous day with Brian that day. It was brilliant to actually say that he did back him, you know, for a full gig, because he was some entertainer, hey, and what a singer.
All class.
You know.
I never met him personally. Well, I have met him personally, but I didn't know him personally, but I've been in his company, and you wouldn't get a word with me.
On our band there. Our band, you wouldn't get a word in with Brian. He's brilliant storyteller. Like, you know, you go back all the years, and you know, on massive crowds and stuff, and we played with a wee 12-volt amp, and you know, he says, "No, the big amp, he would tell you the whole thing, like, you know." But he was very interesting, you know. But it's funny how things revolve. Like, we have a member in our band now, Pat Casey's his name. He's from a place called, did I get this right now? Because he always gives out to me with that. But he's outside Dungannon and County Tyrone, and the bloody name's gone from my head now. But anyway, but Pat would have played with Brent for about 12 to 14 years when he was, you know, on the big time, like, and Pat played the bass with him. And it's so strange now how Pat has joined our band now. He's over 4 years with us there. We went to his fuck actually. And Pat would be able to tell you great stories about Brian and all the years gone by, like, you know, and Pat would have played with Gene Stewart and all them bands down through the years, like, Pat's our fiddle player there, and he's a harmonica player. And he's a great musician and a great fellow. Like the Brantry.
What do you call it?
The Brantry. There's the Bantry down in Cork.
Aye.
And Cork, there's a Bantry, but this is the Brantry. It's a very important way of saying it, but. And Pat, I never get like Pat on giving out to me.
Very good, very good. Well, you see, the thing about Cole, as I always said, Cole was up there with one of them big American stars at one time. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah.
And another man you mentioned there was Gene Stewart. He was a great singer too.
Oh, man, mighty! All them legends, you know, they're not too many of them left now. You know, Big Tom and all them like Hunn, they're all, you know, they passed on to the next world, like and. The ones that's left will be starting to worry now, in fairness.
I read Larry Cunningham's book. He had been up with P.O. God mercy, and poor P.O.'s gone too. And I said to P.O., go and get. I just loved Larry Cunningham's voice. Just loved his voice. Always did. And I said, go and get him to sign the book. And I have it up the stairs. But I read the book. He had been playing to thousands of people, and he'd be going like this to his head, Paddy here. He said. The next thing was a plaster, you see. Next thing you say, Jesus, pebble dashes. Even out plaster, no, pebble dashes back. Big number. And he played Jesus, you know what I mean? Like thousands of people. As you say, they're running out of legends.
It's amazing, like, you know, and but the years are going on. Like, I even sometimes have to think, because I was 15 when I joined the band full time, you know, I was called in for not gig here and there before that, but thinking back, I'm 43 now, like, so you can do the numbers yourself. Like, I've 28 years on, I do not know where them years have went, like, you know, and I've played some great gigs and, you know, some great memories myself already, and I think back then to Dad that he has all the memories I have, plus so many more as well, along with that, like, you know, it's 22 years, you know, before that, like.
It'd be a nice thing for you, Paddy, if the son goes on ahead and takes it. You know what I mean? The generations there.
Well, it's funny, that thought even just went through my mind there not that long ago, and it would be great, you know, because I don't know what the Guinness Book of Records is, but I would say, you know, we're 50 years done, and like, please God, that I can do another good few years, and then, you know, if Charlie would take it on, or even some of the other Malloys, like, you know, because
nice.
There's plenty, some of the other nieces and nephews there too, you know, like, it'd be unbelievable, like, because there's not too many bands can say that they've lasted this length of time, like, you know.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah, the Rolling Stones. But it's funny, you know, that the AC/DC there, I had to laugh, you know, our album went to number 2 in the iTunes album chart, you know.
Oh, very good.
I think it was bad timing. It was bad timing for us because Nathan Carter had just took his out 2 days, I think, before that. And like Nathan's a worldwide artist now at this stage, like, and then, but I had to laugh. He was number 1, and we were number 2, and then number 3 was AC/DC. And I don't. They took out their album, you know, and I just thought, like, I was so. I should have. I think I do have a photograph of it, like, but like I love AC/DC, and I, you know, I just thought to myself, this is unbelievable, like. In fairness, like, we lasted number 2 for nearly a full day, and then AC/DC went on to number 1 then very quickly.
Hi, it's a nice one to have, as you say, bud. AC/DC, using Nathan Carter.
You know, I'll be able to show Charlie and please God my own grandchildren in years to come. Look, the cover beside AC/DC.
Of course, you had a wee bit on that story to make it sound that AC/DC were a bit pissed off.
Got a phone call from them and told them to take down the album for a while. Like, it was great. That's number 1 on the album charts is very hard to do, like, you know, on iTunes, because
especially now.
Yeah, especially now, it's right there, because even CD sales, like, you know, I remember, like, years ago when you got CDs, God, you would have sold them, you know, bang, bang, bang. It's a lot harder to sell a CD now. Sure, even somebody remarked to me the other day, the new cars don't even have CD players, like, you know.
That's right, it's all Bluetooth stuff.
It's all Bluetooth and all that back now, like. But,
well, I'm not that far advanced yet. I still one of my cars has a cassette player.
Good stuff. My car has a good CD player on it. It has Bluetooth as well, so I'm
Oh,
spoiled.
just you're dead on.
But
You're dead on.
I remember when we were back buying cars, you always have to buy a CD rack for the boot, so you could put on about 10 CDs, you think.
Jesus, right, you made them.
Remember that? What did they call them again? Now? They were on the boot, didn't they? They were a great job.
They were
No.
a stack or a
Something like that, a CD stack or something like that. They were brave and expensive to buy, I remember at the time.
Jesus, they were surely.
You had to have them because CDs were the only way you'd listen to music, really, back then,
And you're sitting there with thousands of them out in my room there. I mean, thousands of them. You just go on Spotify now for £9 a month.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't feel guilty. I just, as I say, I do miss buying the physical CDs. I don't get a chance to buy them as often. I still buy them, but funny enough,
I would too.
We had Brenton and Declan Murphy on, the four of us. The two boys and the four of us. They're doing live stuff themselves. And the first night they were on, they brought out a limited edition of one of their albums in vinyl. And vinyl's really come back. Really come back,
funny. We actually got a message from somebody there to, could they buy our album on vinyl? And I have to still look into that, to see how it would go around that, to get it on vinyl.
I'd say there'd be costs involved there, Paddy,
They probably would, but it's something I must look into now. Because even to have a few copies for ourselves would actually be nice,
Of course it would. Paddy, what's your best memories? What would you say in the band? What's your best memory so far?
There's a good few, but the early days have probably been just the banter, what the older boys in the band, like Johnny and Michael McKenna and them boys, and I just used to love going into the van, and from as soon as the door closed, the crack would have been going, and mighty banter, and even when I joined the band then, Paul, there was nervous wreck, but once the gig started then, the nerves went, people out dancing, enjoying themselves. Probably one of my best memories gigging wise would have been playing at the Victory Balls, what does you call it, in 2012 in Donegal in All Ireland. We played up in the Burlington that day. It was a great memory to play at it, but I remember being so stressed that day, people, behind us, they see us up playing that night and having the crack and all that, but I had I thought I was going to have a heart attack that day with stress. It was unbelievable, because
I'm
going to tell you the crack now, and we left Donegal that morning. I think the game, as far as I can remember, was at 3 o'clock. And we left here, I think it was 6 o'clock in the morning to get to Dublin, so we'd have plenty of time. We rang the hotel, beforehand, to make sure that it was okay to set the gear up and be ready, and all that, because we were obviously going to the match. And they said, oh, no problem at all. And when we landed up, we asked again, make sure it was okay, and they said, yes, so also all the band was there, roadies, the whole plant, and we got gear up, sound check and everything, massive hall, and very happy with everything, and we sat down. The rest of the boys had gone on up to the match, but I was, Jackie, my wife, was with me, and she was pregnant at the time with Charlie, and Dad was there, and we had our sandwiches and glass with us, so we sat and had that before we went up to the match. But as we were about to leave, then the manager of the place came running after me, and he says, are you at the band? I says, yes, I am, and he says, you'll have to put all your gear down. And I says, I was looking around to see was your man what he called that Beatles About program.
Oh, Beatles.
I thought there were cameras on me to see my reaction, so I did have a quick look around to see what was going on. And I says, are you actually serious? And he says, yes. He says, RTE needs the stage for the Sunday game tonight. And I says, right. But I says, nobody told us this. I says, we were told that we were able to set up. And I said, sure, I can make a bit of space, I can take a bit of gear out or whatever. And he says, no, the whole thing has to go down. Everything that you've up there has to go down. And we had about an hour and a half, I would say, to throw on, and myself and Dad and Jack, we're all big Donegal supporters, and not every day you get to All Ireland. I remember the feeling that went through my body was just unbelievable. Started getting on the phone to try and get the rest of the boys back. No answer. They were all in Crow back at stage. So
We're coming back to you.
myself and Dad got stuck in, and poor Jack and tried to help us as well. And we had to take all the gear down and put it into rooms out the back and stuff. And it was unreal. And we got a taxi then outside, to get us up to Crow Park. And I couldn't control myself. And poor Jack was trying to calm me down. And like we just got under our seats. We just got under our seats as the ball was thrown up, for the final. Like, talk about stress! It was unreal. And then afterwards, trying, because we had to wait. Then obviously the some games finished and all that, and the dinner. We had to try and get the gear out, and it was all over the place. It wasn't like the way it was when you take it out of the van and just stress. And I swear to God, I swore that night I would never do something like that again. Go up and pay for that, because you wouldn't have been paid for it. Like, and in 2014, we went again. We went again, and that was a lot harder because we lost that final. But anyway,
very good, very good.
What a gig it was! Like, remember Dominic and all there. Like, it was such great memories to be there involved. With the team.
Great. It's great that you enjoy it. Well, listen, congratulations on 50 years, Paddy. As you said yourself, it's not a thing that a lot of bands can say they've done, and you have a good tight unit there. In fairness to them, and any time I have seen you out, you are always having the crack, And is this is the lineup here at the minute now, Paddy? Is that?
That's the lineup there now. Yeah, you have Brian Kerrigan, the famous Brian Kerrigan from Harmony Studios, and my brother Jimmy, and Pat Casey. Pat them beside Dad there, the fellow and Dad and myself, and that's our lineup there now.
Is your father still enjoying it, Paddy?
He is, sure. Yeah, he's still loving the music. He would find it hard to get motivated some nights. He says, especially in the winter time to get out. But he still loves the actual buzz of the music, and he was on Facebook Live a few nights himself there over the first lockdown.
Very good.
He still loves doing his music. Yeah, it's a big part of his life.
See, and then for, as you say, for it to be taken away like that overnight, it's a big psychological thing, Paddy. It's a big. This is the thing that.
Even there, yeah, so much, very much this last few weeks for me now. I don't know why, but it's just action to get back at it, and to be quite honest, I can't see us back, that soon, either in the new year, because there's so many problems yet at the minute, and unfortunately, but we just have to keep hoping,
as you say. You have to keep hoping. Paddy, listen, people want the CD. It's available in shops.
Yeah, it's available all over in Donegal, in local shops. On Donegal Town there with Eugene Gallen there, and Eurosaver, one of the main places there. And then locally, you have it in McFadden's and Glensolly, you have it in Tullygay. Then you have it over Ardra, then in Glenties. It's just all over, kind of spread all over Donegal. With my own day job, I'm all over Donegal every day of the week, so I'm able to put them in. But if anybody ever wants to get a copy, all to do is to go on our Facebook, PM us, and we'll get something sorted for you, and we'll be able to let you know where they are and stuff like that. But so far, it's going great response to it.
That's good.
A lot of DJs getting back to us too, because we have it. We got it emailed out to all the DJs all over Ireland, and they're playing it from Cork to Castlebar, as they say.
Very good, hey? Very good.
That's the crack. So and thanks again for all your support as well. That was one of the doubts. I was kind of so looking forward to getting on with yourself with Paul Band, yourself and Jimmy and the Monday Night Live. I suppose you will not be able to get back either till this COVID goes away either, I suppose, really.
You see, this is it, and this is why I came on this. Paddy, they set it up, myself and Jimmy, and to be honest, it was just I was just missing the crack with everybody and all the talent that we have, and you know what I mean. That's, please God, there he is, look, the future.
That's the future, man.
And you do this. I should have seen him on. Oh, no more that way. You know what I mean? I've seen that. And you be on yourself, Paddy, singing away. You enjoy the crack with it too.
I go on and off. I just take notions, and there, I think it was 2 Sundays ago. I just wanted to tell people about the album and stuff, and then I just sang a few songs when I was on. You know, it's just to get it out of your system because the guitar's sitting about all the time, and you throw in and you sing an odd song to yourself more than anything. Like, but it's funny how the vocal cords kind of get lazy, you know.
You
Because
see,
after a couple of what was it now? I done a lecture myself on the Cufflinks page, and I got tracks from Brian, and I just played them and sang. And I think I done about maybe 7, 8 songs that night, and because my throat was, starting
I
to
see.
get tight.
And at night saying you batter through a 2 hour set.
Aye, that's right, because, and I hear other singers saying the same, the professional boys that will be at it, full time, they saying the same, So I would say, even maybe before I would go back, I'll probably need to go and get a bit of training, done, just to get the, because you could hardly, you could, what I'm trying to think, it's not a word here, but you could damage your vocal cords then, and maybe your singing days could be over.
Well, I suppose it's like exercise, isn't it? In general, for your body in general, it's another form of that, isn't it?
Yeah,
well, listen,
I
want to wish you all the best. I want to thank you for coming on. It's great to see you again, definitely. And you can, if you see the boys, you can tell your dad, Jimmy, we're asking, only, and keep that young boy at it. Paddy, listen, it's a pleasure.
Paul, thanks a million for all your support.
Hey, Vinnie Piper said that's a great shirt you've on you.
Oh, brilliant shirt, up the food.
Paddy, take care.
This man didn't get the Donegal one off him yet.
Oh, geez. Keep it on you, you'll be grand.
So the hurdles,
cheers, Paddy.
Yes, sir.
Thanks very much, Paddy. Thank you, good luck. There you go, that's Paddy Malloy from the Cufflinks. So you can chat to Paddy, people like that all day. Jimmy, are you on here? Are you there, Jimmy? Oh, Jimmy's about there somewhere. Jimmy, look. Jimmy's in darkness. I told you, I said that to people earlier on, Jimmy's he's media out, just too much media, But unfortunately, we couldn't get Brendan Quinn. Brendan can't get signed into our connection tonight. So I've got word there that he will be with us next week. If I have to bring him up to Strabane, we'll do that, and we'll do it live here from my sitting room. Listen, thanks indeed for joining. I hope you enjoyed the crack. It's only about a crack. It's nothing else. Oh, geez, wait a minute. Somebody up here. Jimmy, what do you say? Oh, there, jeez, there he is there. I want to get you in. You all right, Jimmy? You all right? You have to speak, Jimmy. Can't hear you. No, can't hear you. Can't hear you. No. See, if it's the BBC, you'd be on. You see what I mean? God almighty. Anyway, we'll try him again later on. We'll try you one more time, Jimmy. Hang on a wee minute there now. Are you with me now, Jimmy? You can hear me, but I can't hear you. See, as I'm saying, if it's the BBC, look, Jimmy, I'm sorry, Jimmy, I can't hear you. Oh, I don't know. But as the BBC, you'd be on like a rocket. Come here, look after yourselves. Have a good week. Try and stay safe. And you never know. We'll be back again next week. All being well. Have a good week.